comic book friends, I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day! Yay! Or at least New Comic Book Day for me. These are comics from August 8th, 2018. 16 books this week. Let's see. There will be a comic book roundtable this weekend. We'll see who makes it and who doesn't. I work late tomorrow, so the show may be a little bit late. I'll get here as soon as I can to talk about last week's books. I'll be talking about last week's books. I still haven't ordered some of the books I'm missing. I'm missing A Highest House. I missed this last week, I believe. New World Order came out by Alice Cott, and of course I'm going to get it, but I missed ordering it, so I got to get that ordered from someplace and get that to me. I am behind on commenting on people's videos and commenting to people's comments on my videos, and I apologize for that. I'm still just really super crazy busy at work. I've officially got a new position. Now it's just a matter of getting my staff hired up to the point where I don't have to be there for 12 to 14 hours a day, 6 days or more a week. So, at any rate, my books, 16 books if I didn't say that before. Let's check out and see what we got for this week. First up, we have Maestro. You know what? And this is like issue 7, I want to say. I don't see a number on the... Yeah, I wrote 7 right there. And I thought this was done. I don't know why I thought this was over, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, this looks very angelic. And we'll see where it goes. The book's about done, though. I don't think there's a whole lot more to it, but it's been fun. It's been different. Not exactly what I expected. The art has been brilliant because Steve Scroise is a amazing artist. Dave Stewart colors, of course, always brilliant too. So, yeah, check out and see what's going on with that. Oh yes, Sandman. This is the Sandman universe. This is issue number 1. Of course, I got the David McKean cover because he did all the covers for the Sandman. If you're going to do something from the Sandman universe, in my opinion, and you have a variant cover that this is the option, you go with it. Kind of wish that they had done what they're doing with the rest of the DC books, though, with the Vertigo titles, where they would make it so the art stood out more. But I do like the new logo, the new Sandman universe logo. I like this a lot. That Vertigo, that's cool. The imprint there, the DC Vertigo there, and this kind of curly Q. I just stylized. I like the way that looks. If it's going to be off to one side, that's super excited to see what this one is. So this is, I think, kind of the little bit of everything in this one. As then they're going to roll into each of the separate types of books, and I'm going to be getting them all. I like the Sandman universe quite a lot, and I really like a lot of these creators. Bliss Everly, been seeing samples of her work on Instagram and Twitter. She is brilliant. Tom Flowers is an incredible artist also, so you've seen him do a book. He's doing the Tommy book, the Books of Magic, which I wasn't really interested in until I saw Tom Flower was doing the art on it, so I'm all over that. Max and Sebastian from Rama the Twins, I lately have shown off some of their artwork that I own. I love them as artists, so very much be checking that out also. Just really excited to kind of see what they do. Neil Gaiman's name is on this too. I don't know how much he's the curator, how much he's writing of it. I have no idea. But looking forward to exploring that. Love this cover. Because I always love the Dave McKean covers because they're textural. You know, they're not just simply a painting or a drawing. I mean, there's actual cloth and stuff like that. Anyway, take it too long to talk about that. Who cares, right? Anyway, Shadow Roads, issue number 2. We're looking forward to getting into this. I mean, it seems like a long time ago when New Comic Book Day, not New Comic, but Free Comic Book Day came out, and I got the free comic book version of it. I also bought the regular version of it because I want the creators to make some money because I really like their work. The issue 2 of the prequel or whatever you want to call it of the Sixth Gun about some other characters in that universe, that mythical Western universe. So that Cullen Bunn and Brian Hurt have hatched, and so I'm really looking forward to checking that out. I really like Westerns anyway. Throw in some magic and mystic stuff on top of that, and super cool stuff. So, She Could Fly, issue number 2. I didn't talk about She Could Fly, issue number 1. It came out in a week that I didn't do Comic Book Roundtable. I really, really loved it. It was really intriguing, really thoughtful. The art on it is by the same guy who does Ice Cream Man, Martin Morazzo. Christopher Cantwell is the writer on the book. This is number 2 of 4-issue miniseries. The first issue largely had to do with the fact that people had seen this woman flying in the sky. There's these reports all over the world, this woman flying in the sky, and the lucky people who got to see her, I mean, is it a bird, is it a plane? No, it's this woman flying in the sky, and everybody's just amazed. And then this one day, they're out watching this person, this girl, for instance, is out watching, and she's high anxiety, kind of a person, crippling anxiety, and some suicidal thoughts and that sort of thing, is that she's not worthy of being alive and she should just kill herself. And so clearly some high anxiety issues and whatnot. And she sees this woman flying and she thinks this woman is amazing. And the woman blows up. She just explodes and rains stuff all over. And it shocks everybody. And she's talking to her psychologist about it, or she's not talking to her psychologist, but she's giving her psychologist this whole other story why she's deep anxiety about this. And then she goes up on a building and she's going to leap off the building to potentially her death. And while she's there, she finds a piece left over of the woman that was flying, who she was just really enraptured with. That was the one good feeling in her life, was this woman who could fly, and getting to see that. And then, of course, the horror of her blowing up. So I don't know what's next in it, but I just really, really liked that first issue. It was really captivating, and I'm just super stoked to get the book. Check it out. Issue number 1 of Hot Lunch Special. Best food in town since 1950. Elliot Rahl and George Fortens. I have no idea, other than this sandwich clearly has body parts in it. Finger there, and a finger up there, and the blood splatter on it. So I have no idea. Sounded fun. It's basically a family that runs a food chain, and they're kind of down their luck or something like that, and zaniness ensues. Aftershocks comic. Look forward to checking it out to see exactly what all is in there. Aftershocks comic, which I really liked the first couple issues, and now has become kind of a dredge to read. Her Infernal Descent, issue number 4. As I keep saying, I really like Dante's Inferno. I like things that have to do with Dante's Inferno, and they're going to spin on that. But this has been kind of a slog as she meets, people in Dante's Inferno that kind of guide her along her way. Hemmingsworth and people like that. So I don't know. It's, like I said, it's become tedious to read. So I'm hoping that kind of breaks loose and does something fresh at some point. And part of it's the colors, because the book looks like this, or has mostly this kind of dingy greens and yellows and browns and whatnot. But yeah. I think there's only a couple more issues left of it. I know it is a finite series. Klan Killers issue number 2. I don't know if I talked about issue number 1. It's just kind of really strange. So it's I don't know. I talked with Disembodied Voice about issue number 1, and it's just kind of an odd sort of a book set back in the time when there were lots of clan wars across Ireland and Scotland and whatever ish kind of place. There's not totally defined, and there's one. Gruesome King. I think he's actually called the Gruesome King. He has a partial castle made out of skulls. He butchers lots of people, and there's in the comic there's weird, sex scenes and violence and all kinds of craziness to establish that this guy is gruesome. He's looking for his daughter, who's supposed to be part of his court, and doing the courtly things that he would want her to do, and she is off basically. With this kind of fuck the establishment kind of an attitude. She is hanging out with an orphan. It's kind of a lowlife, but the two of them like each other, and they are going to blow up the establishment, what there is of it. She's kind of there's a goddess that they kind of worship and whatnot, which basically kind of seems like a god in a sense, and she's very anti that. And so she's just interested in blowing that all up, and I don't know. The first issue was, I don't know if I can recommend it to anybody, but I kind of enjoyed it. It was kind of strange in just kind of weird ways. And I don't know if it was good But the questions it raised and just kind of made me wonder what the hell's going on and what's next makes me interested in reading it. BPRD, The Devil You Know, issue number what? 9? Yep, 9. Hellboy back in the saddle. And I go down and they're gonna wreck some devils and whatnot. They have all kinds of cleanup after destroying the great evils. Now hell is trying to reestablish itself, and they're going to try and reestablish themselves on Earth, and they're going to try and stop it. So good stuff there. Get to see. It's great seeing Hellboy and Abe Sapien and Liz all kind of together again. Just some good stuff, because it's been a long time. I mean, if you aren't a long time reader of the BPRD stuff, you ain't seen it. The three of them together. So, and their relationships are completely different now, so it makes it fun too. At any rate, Red Hood and the Outlaws, issue number 25. So this is a $5 issue. I'm assuming it feels a little heavier. I'm assuming that's because it's the 25th issue, so it's thicker. More story. My rules, my city, my vengeance. I don't know. I don't care for the cover, but we'll see what's like inside. There is a huge list of creators on there. Some of them I know Dexter Soy. I'm assuming that's Phil Hester. Some of these are inkers, so I don't know. There's multiple stories in here, or we just change art partway through it. But I continue to like Red Hood and the Outlaws. Is something going on with Red Hood and the Outlaws? I've seen people on Twitter kind of talking like it's not done, but it's like completely changing hands or something. So I don't know what's up with that. Somebody let me know if you know something that I don't know. Anyway, it's been fun. 24 issues of fun anyway. So this is like Superman issue number 2, The Phantom Zone, population Earth. More Bendis Superman. I wasn't impressed at all with issue number 1, and I am suspect I'm not going to feel issue number 2 either, because they removed the elements that made Superman interesting to me. Lois Lane and John, his son, are the elements that go along with Superman that made me interested in the Superman run that I was reading. So I just don't know. I'll read this issue, and this issue will help me decide whether or not I drop it from my poll, and I'll get a few more issues after I drop it from my poll to really see. But I don't know. Evolution. No, this is Animosity Evolution number 7, which kind of has a more, I don't want to say a world view, but it's a San Francisco view, where the animals are trying to kind of hold everything together and control stuff, and there's interesting politics involved, and there's some high-end technology involved also with some of the stuff. I mean, that's a dolphin. If you can't tell, there's its nose, dolphin. It's got a cybernetic eye. It's got guns mounted on it, so it's a cybernetic dolphin. It's got a string of grenades hanging off of it, and it's in the sewers. So it's popped up out of the sewers, and it's going to blast. You see it's a laser sights going there. It's going to blast the heck out of something. So got some high-end technology. That's the one weird thing about this book, is there's some cybernetic animals, which clearly is a little beyond the normal here and now, but otherwise the book is the normal here and now, with animals being able to talk and you want the same desires and things that people do. So issue number 3 of Plastic Man, 3 of 6. I don't know. I thought my sheet said that there were only 5 issues in this series, and this says 6. So I don't know which it is. I'm looking at my thing. Oh no, it says 6. I'm wrong. Anyway, the halfway point. I have not been all that impressed with Plastic Man so far. It has not struck the notes that I thought it would. It has not kind of ventured into the corner that I thought maybe that Gail Simone was going to take it. But, it's a miniseries. I'll write it out. We'll see what it ends up being like. I was trying to tell if I could who that cover was. I don't know who did that cover, but kind of crazy. Book I'm really curious about. Fantastic Four, issue number 1. Really curious to see what, how Dan Slotts does the Fantastic Four. I have not read tons of Fantastic Four. I attempted to read the Matt Fraction era of Fantastic Four, which came across more like Magic School Bus. Did not enjoy it so much. FF is the closest thing I've really read to Fantastic Four, and that was a Matt Fraction run also, with Mike Allred doing art, and it was brilliant. It was beyond brilliant. It was just really, really fun and really, really rich, and I really enjoyed it. But though I've not read lots of Fantastic Four, I recognize Fantastic Four as kind of being the premier superhero group, like the first superhero group anyway, not maybe the premier, but the first, the first family of superheroes kind of thing. And it's just been crazy that Marvel hasn't had them around for this long, so I think that's suspicious. I don't know. I mean, clearly this is the cover artist is not the artist that's on the inside. But I find this cover curious in that, good old Reed Richards looks like somebody who is my age or a little older. His totally gray beard and whatnot, which is awesome that he has a beard, so I hope they keep that. If that's a real thing, I'm stoked about that. And Sue has not aged at all past a, I don't know, maybe early 30s looking. So how does that work? She could age too. She could be 50. If Richards is 50, I don't know. He looks like he's somebody that might be pushing 50. And she could be too. I mean, have you seen Gillian Anderson? I mean, man, she's at 50. She's crazy looking. Anyway, so I'm curious. I'm looking forward to reading. I hope it's successful. I'm looking forward to enjoying it. So we'll see what Dan Slott does. Yeah, I don't know. Eternity Girl, issue number 6, the final issue of Eternity Girl. I have really, as a whole, really dug this book. Love the vibe of it. I have no idea how does it end. What's an ending for this? But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to reading it. I look forward to more of Magdalene Visaldo. I want to see her on some other this kind of thing, or a Vertigo book, or something, or like and Sunny Lou. Sign me up for whatever work they're going to do next, because they're great. The way they've handled this with the different changes in atmosphere that they show in the book. Some of it is kind of like, books from the Silver Age, has a unique style and texture to it, and then a modern book, and then whatever else they asked them to do. It just seems really cool. So very much looking forward to that. So Detective Comics, issue 986. If you've heard me talk about the other issues of Detective Comics, it's been kind of meh for me. Was excited about the characters that were going to be involved with it, but it's kind of a retreading of the last full arc of Detective Comics. Batman gets some senior person to school of the kids of Gotham, and then Batman goes, no, you have to go away and do this, protect the kids while I go off and be the man, kind of thing. So, and I'm not particularly intrigued with this new villain, Karma. Like I said, I dig Black Lightning, but yeah, looking forward to the Tomasi run. And finally this week, it is Catwoman, issue number 2. Super cool cover. I know there's a variant cover, but if the variant cover isn't a second Jolie Jones cover, I'm always going to get the straight cover because it's Jolie Jones, and she is an amazing artist. I would love to get one without all the writing on it, but like I said, I'm not getting the variant if the art is for her. I love it. I love the font of this too. The first issue was really good, so I look forward to Catwoman exploring her own life and her own grief around the end of the wedding and all of that. So that's it for my books. What did I miss this week? Clearly had to have missed something cool, right? And like I said, Comic Book Roundtable, it's going to be a little late, but it will be tomorrow night, and we'll see just how tired I am, but I will be here, and I will be talking some comics. Maybe we'll see Sleepy Reader. Maybe we'll see Jen. Maybe we'll see some new faces. I don't know. Anyway, have a great one, everybody, and until next time, have a good one.